You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's RPM here, breaking the curfew and the stay-at-home order to report from mobile command. Lex Luthor sent me a Reddit post that was posted 8 days ago. Now, you guys know how I view Reddit posts. 50-50. Could be real, could be fake. But if this Reddit post is real, gentlemen, any doubts about how vile, how toxic, how truly evil a woman can be will be completely dashed after this one. 23andMe revealed my mom, 59 years old, had an 11-year affair, which drove my father, 59-year-old male, to end his own life. This is going to be very long. Sorry about that. My parents were high school sweethearts. They started dating when they were both 16. They dated for 4 years, and then my mom got pregnant with my oldest sister. Then my dad, quote unquote, did the right thing. When he dropped out of college, he was on the path to medical school. It was his dream to become a doctor. Married mom and started working a desk job at my grandpa's company. My parents later, quote unquote, had 3 other kids. My older sisters, 35, 33, and me, 30. Okay, so right off the bat, she killed his dream. Now, this is written through a woman's eyes, or written by a woman, excuse me. My childhood was pretty normal. Dad worked, mom stayed at home, taking care of me and my sisters. Dad was always very present in our lives. I and my sisters were always daddy's girls, and we were very attached to him. I was particularly close to him. We had a very deep bond. When I was 13, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and he never left my side. He held my hand during chemo sessions during the whole time. He consoled me when I had my first heartbreak and assured me that everything would be all right. He taught me how to drive. He walked me down the aisle 3 years ago when I married my husband and told me that was one of the happiest days of his life. I was always his favorite as well. My parents were happy. I never saw them fighting or anything like that. My dad took my mom on date nights at least twice a week. He spoiled her a lot, and they seemed really in love. My parents were the perfect couple. Everyone saw them as something flawless, an example of true love. My mom was my dad's only one, and dad was, and she used quotations on that, mom's only one. It was something that he was very proud of. It was really special for him. I felt really bad when I lost my virginity to my ex-boyfriend and realized that I could never have the same thing as my parents. Ooh, yeah, see. Ladies, hey, once you get that cherry popped, that's it. My dad's mom died during birth, and Grandpa raised him as a single parent. He never remarried or dated anyone after her death, as far as I know. Grandpa refused to talk about Grandma. It was very painful for him. He never met anyone from Grandma's side of the family, and Grandpa didn't talk about her that much. On June 1st, I bought a 23andMe kit for me and Dad. I thought it would be cool to see if I had any other relatives on Grandpa's side, and we did the tests together. And so the dark cloud forms. We did the tests. I found out that I had 2 half-brothers and that we shared the same father. We were honestly confused. I and Dad didn't understand that. We thought that this was a mistake, and when we told Mom about this, she froze. She started crying. We pressured her a bit more, and that's when she confessed about her 11-year-old affair with one of my dad's friends. He was our neighbor at a certain point of our lives, and he was in the same class as Dad and Mom. I remember seeing him around when I was a kid. He was a close friend of the family. Dad was in denial. He thought that it was a mistake. I and my sisters ended up doing the test at a hospital. 3 days later, the results arrived. No one matched with Dad. He was not our father. Wow. Wow. This dude literally got cucked into raising 4 children. And the woman, she just simply goes along with this like nothing is wrong. For the first time in my 30 years of life, I saw my dad cry. Not a normal cry, sobbing like a kid. We tried to talk to him. He got up, grabbed his keys, and left. We tried to call him like 100 times, and he didn't answer. My mom was having a panic attack, so my older sister took her to the hospital. Of course, she wants to make herself into the bigger victim here. We didn't hear from Dad for 3 whole days. We searched for him everywhere. Eventually, my grandpa found him at the family fishing cabin. He had hanged himself. He didn't leave any notes or anything like that. In 9 days, I discovered that my mom had had an 11-year affair, that my dad was not my biological father, and that he took his own life. It broke me. His funeral was another mess. My dad's side of the family got into a fight with my mom's side of the family. My grandpa and uncles ended up kicking my mom out of the funeral. It was a disaster. The first time I saw my grandpa crying as well. It was something I wish I hadn't seen. He entered a really deep depression after that. He barely speaks anymore. After the funeral, neither I or my sisters could look at Mom anymore. We just couldn't. I can look my sisters in the eye as well, and I blame myself every day for suggesting that fucking stupid test. Thanksgiving this year was the first time we didn't celebrate as a family in 33 fucking years. I can't look at my mother anymore. She spends her days staring at a wall. Her side of the family is pressuring me and my sisters to reestablish contact, but I just can't. My sisters are also not speaking to her since the funeral. I found out that I am pregnant last week. I and my husband have been trying for at least 2 years, and I'm not even happy. I feel hopeless. I feel broken. Sometimes I start to think about Dad, and my heart looks like it is going to explode. I miss him so much. Has anyone ever been in a similar situation? How do I survive this guilt? How the hell do I move past this? Any advice is really appreciated. Wow. If this story is confirmed to be true, holy bejesus. Now, vile, evil. Those, if there was a word that we could put on this woman, let me know. Because vile, evil, and toxic, they just don't describe this woman. 4 kids with another man and had this guy raise all 4 of them like they were his own. Now, I know some guys would come in and say that this guy was a simp, but look at his age, 59 years old. Fellas, we got to give this guy a pass. He came from a very different generation. He did everything right. We always say if you're going to be with a woman, be with your high school sweetheart. That way you can grow together. But guess what? She had everything and she still cucked him. Yeah, gentlemen. Yeah. I'm telling you, if this is not hockey mask worthy, I don't know what is. But kudos to the grandfather and the uncles for literally kicking him out of his funeral. How are you going to destroy a man, then come to his funeral like you're the victim? Just wow. Wow. Got really nothing more to say about this one. Oh, man. But go ahead and read the Reddit post. Let me know what you guys think. And ladies, the power is still metaphorically out. Feminism and your ability to cuck men into raising other men's children, that's going to go out right along with it. Oh, and before I close this out, there's always been discussions on why we should make DNA tests mandatory. Now, there was one point where men actually tried to get that done, but guess who decided to come out in force and rally against that? The feminists. Why? They used the potential for domestic violence as a way to stop men from pushing that through. Gentlemen, do not sign a birth certificate without a DNA test. Yes, it's going to be more expensive to do it while she's still pregnant, but better you do that. And if the kid is not yours, walk away than to find out that you're raising another man's kid and paying for that, because that is even more expensive. Just saying. I'm going to reiterate, gentlemen, if you're going to deal with a woman and she gets pregnant, you get that DNA test before you sign any paperwork. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM, I am out.
I just can't take it. I discovered my wife's been cheating on me for a while, and I can't live like this. I have to kill myself.
Doesn't it make more sense to kill her?